Canelo Alvarez unifies once again and gets the WBO super middleweight title from Billy Joe Saunders. I have to go back and watch my prediction. I believe I did have Canelo winning that fight. I had him winning on the cards though. I didn't see him stopping him, and technically he didn't really stop him. You know, uh, I'm just boxing is a trip, bro. I tell you, man. Listen, man. Let me start from the beginning. Let me start from the beginning of the fight. Billy Joe. The first round is always a feeler round, and both boxers they gauge each other. And I gave that round to like Billy Joe, and then as the fight went on, you see Billy Joe, Canelo was trying to impose his will on him, which he was doing in spurts. He was doing that, hitting him with the body. Those body shots, you could hear him. Those were some vicious body shots, dude. Billy Joe seemed to take him pretty good. Then later on in the fight, I think around the sixth round, the fifth round, Billy Joe started picking it up. He was kind of really styling a bit on Canelo, man. He was making Canelo miss. Canelo was missing a lot of shots, bro. He was missing a lot of shots. But then it seems like to me, man, I had that fight like almost damn near even. And then it seemed like in the eighth round, bro, Canelo just picked it up on him because Billy Joe kept on. He was doing all the wrong shit, bro. He was doing some things I like, and then he go back to doing shit that he was just not supposed to be doing, fam. He was dipping in the wrong places, and Canelo was timing him every time. And then eighth round, man, he just got this thing under his eye, this whelp. I'm not sure where the fuck it came from because I didn't see that shit. I think I saw it growing in like maybe sixth round. I did see something like a small little mouse under his eye. But I believe Canelo eye was a little chinky too, But when you watch it, man, right? When after the eighth round was over and Billy Joe went to sit down in his corner, notice Canelo lifts his hand up, bro. And I'm like, why is his hand up? What the fuck? I'm like, I know the fight ain't over, right? Why is his hand up? I'm talking about almost immediately. As soon as Billy Joe went to his corner and sat down, Canelo raises his hands up like he won the fight. That didn't sit well with me, fam. Something just didn't seem right with me with that. But one thing I will say, even though Billy Joe Saunders lost this fight, Canelo still looked a little confused in that ring at times. Just go back and watch. He looked like he wasn't really cutting the ring off the way he was supposed to. Billy Joe was confusing him in certain spots in that fight. And I'm going to say this. Canelo won. Billy Joe lost. But Canelo was exposed in this fight, fam. He was exposed in this fight. And I've been saying this to people. He was exposed, bro. He's a good fighter, but he did not improve. All of the Canelo fanboys, I seen the comments. They saying Canelo, he improved. Where did he improve at? Show me where did he look spectacular at in this fight? He looked basic as fuck against Billy Joe Saunders, man. He looked basic, and I'm going to say this. A lot of channels think after seeing tonight's performance against Billy Joe that Caleb Plant has a chance to beat Canelo. Caleb Plant definitely has better footwork than Billy Joe Saunders. Probably more power too. But does he have the heart? And this goes back to what I was saying about a lot of these UK fighters always fucking quitting, bro. And now they're saying that Canelo broke Billy Joe Saunders' orbital bone. I don't believe that. I think that's bullshit. But anyway. Oh man. I think that he threw that fight. But at the same time, he also it also exposed Canelo, fam. He got exposed, bro. He got exposed this fight. He looked basic as fuck. No improvement. Show me where the improvement was. I didn't see it. I don't know if Caleb Plant beats him. That's a question mark because boxers gotta have more than one attribute. You can't just have the power. I said this. You can't just have the power and no speed and no footwork and no heart. You can't just have heart with no skill. You can't just have footwork and IQ with no power. You gotta have a perfect blend of that shit, because there's a lot of odds against a boxer when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. Man, you got the judges against you. You got this whole different kind of this whole spectrum of fucking people that's riding with Canelo, that sides with him, that coddles him. You gonna have to like go in there and have some real true grit and knock this motherfucking head off. Cause if you take it to the cards, it ain't even I think the judges even had did the judges have it close? I gotta go back and look. I think they had it kind of close. I believe so. I think one of them didn't. I don't know. I have to go back and check the scorecards again. But I had their fight like razor close. Canelo, man, listen, he's not as spectacular of a fighter as everybody says he is. Like, he's some motherfucking Thanos puncher. I'm telling you, that's not the case, bro. Because if that was the case, he would have got Billy Joe up out of there as soon as he could, right? And that's what I'm saying about levels, man. There's levels. Once fighters start fighting people with better skill, then you start seeing less KOs. That's just what it is. But Caleb Plant, question mark for me. David Benavidez, people saying he destroys Canelo. He might. But like I said, there's some things with David Benavidez that I like. But his defense ain't there, fam. He got to build up on his defense. Unless he can really take Canelo's punches, man. Some boxers just built for that shit. They could just take hits and keep coming, no matter how powerful another boxer is. That's just some boxers are just made like that. David Benavidez has the balls, but does he have the defense? No. Caleb Plant has the defense and the skill, but does he have the balls? We don't know. Jamal Charlo, I think he can knock Canelo out possibly. That's going to be a tough task, though, unless, I mean, we seen Canelo hit by Triple G and some real hard hitters, and he didn't even really budge, bro. You know, so it's going to take a combination of wearing him down, power and speed, and moving around. That's what I think beats Canelo, bro. And I hate to say this, man, but I don't see many people in these upper divisions really fucking with him, man. Especially when it comes to not having a heart. We don't know. A lot of them ain't really showed much. You know, you got to have a perfect blend, because you got to be able to beat not only Canelo, you got to beat the fucking judges and that machine that's standing behind Canelo. So it's not just Canelo you beating, fam. You got to beat a whole other bunch of motherfuckers with Canelo. And you going to have to do that convincingly, man. You know, and nobody besides Floyd Mayweather has really put the pressure on, pushed the envelope on Canelo like that, really schooled him. Arislandi Lara and Austin Trout did take him to school a bit too, but nobody came as close as Floyd Mayweather, you know, obviously. So, are there any boxers that I think right now that could really beat Canelo Alvarez? And yes, I think they are, and they're in the lower weight classes. And I think if there's only two boxers right now that have the skill and the heart and the power to beat Canelo, and those two fighters are Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's the only ones I see right now. Now, a lot of people ain't gonna agree. They're gonna give me some flag behind that. But I think it's just those two. I think they both have the heart. They have the movement, especially Errol. He had the movement, the heart, and I think they got the pop to really beat him, bro, to frustrate him and win. You know, you're going to have to be another big name or somebody like that to really beat him against, beat the judges too. So you can't be like a Billy Joe or like a fucking Callum Smith, or you got to be somebody that, when it comes to on the aspect as far as beating the judges and all that, you got to be a big name, bro. But those are only two fighters that I really think could beat Canelo right now. I just don't think nobody else could really beat him like that. I really could set in stone. I don't even think, man, Demetrius Andrade, I give him a slight chance, but he's too sloppy. So if he fix a lot of things up, he got a better chance. Because like I said, the reason I give Demetrius Andrade a better chance than Charlo is because did you see against even Billy Joe, Canelo was looking flustered in there. He's looking a little confused. If he was looking confused against Billy Joe, I know he'll definitely be confused with fucking Andrade, bro. And listen, to the fanboys, to the Canelo fanboys, just admit, y'all gonna have to admit this now. Canelo Alvarez, his handlers are not gonna put him in the ring with people that they know can knock him out. Just that simple. We'll see if that changes sooner or later, because there's pretty much, he's running out of fighters. He's running out of fighters, bro. He's running out of cherries. There's not many left. You got Jamal Charlo in the lower weight class. I can come up. You got David Benavidez, you got Caleb Plant. Who else? There's really not many people. Then you got the Bivol, and then the better BF at the 175. And then you got Errol and Terrence Crawford. And I think, it's sad to say, I think out of all of those motherfuckers right there, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is the ones that got that key, bro. Believe me when I tell you, it's going to be one of them that's going to take Canelo down. Believe that. But I'm off this, man. Let me know what you think about the fight. Like, subscribe, support the channel, man. Your boy Canelo's been exposed tonight. I'm going to fuck what y'all say. And I'm off this, man. Peace.